Fan, short for fanatic, is the one who's screaming their lungs out in sub-0 degree temperatures, still believing when the chips are down, and never, ever giving up on their teams or their players. From the closest seat to the worst one, we want to meet you all. This is the American Fan.
What's going on, sports fans? It's Josh Williams back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. Man, this weekend was crazy. Got to see some college football with it was a collaborative deal with Gridiron Junkeez, aka Mr. George Carmona in the back.
Yes.
Let's just hop right into it. George drove. George was with the whole crew. So you guys weren't airborne.
No. The family decided, hey, it's Southern California. Let's get up at 6 a.m. and let's make the trek. And, I'm about to do it again this week. I still haven't figured out how I'm going to make it to San Jose for the game Sunday.
Okay.
That's on the to-do list today. But, driving. And we picked you up from the airport.
Yeah.
We didn't have to.
Yeah.
We didn't have to, but we decided since this is a collaboration and I don't just want to meet Josh there and feel weird, we picked him up.
I appreciate the look. Listen, anytime you can cut an Uber off of a trip, it's never bad, especially in LA.
Oh, dude, 100%. Yeah, you were a solid 35 minutes away.
Yes,
from the stadium.
Yes, we were. So, but it was, great time. San Jose State versus USC. Got to see your brother. Your brother played well. We talked about, on air for your show as well. He was able to put some good stuff on tape.
Absolutely.
That's against NFL type prospects that he's playing. So, to be able to, because I don't think he didn't give up a sack.
There was one. There was like the quarterback got rid of the ball before he got hit, but it was the only play that was like he could have done a little better.
Okay.
But a couple of pancakes was a nice way to start off the game, and they were competitive, man. Like San Jose State, they put up 4 touchdowns against the number 6 team in the country, and it's big time plays. I mean, you coached one of the players that made two huge plays.
Two of the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, so do you want to start off with that highlight?
Well, man, you have the highlights? You got the highlights pulled up over here? So we've got Mr. Zachariah Branch. And this, so wait, let's cue this up first. So prior to this play, what was the score at this point? Yeah, so
35-21.
That's right.
San Jose State had just scored.
Yes, and they had scored in a remarkable way. That touchdown pass was delightful. It was a great pass, corner of the end zone. It actually coming towards us, right? That was on our
Correct.
side of the field. So that was a great play. San Jose State had kind of pulled some momentum away.
Yep.
And then the knockout punch. Go ahead and roll it. Oh my goodness, the burst.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, pause right here. So this is where me and George actually started paying attention because we were still delirious from the touchdown catch.
Yeah, we were going to go film some content.
Yeah,
and we're like, okay, this is the perfect time. They just scored. Hopefully they get a stop. We come back. As we're leaving the tunnel, then we see this, and we're just like, oh my God.
I look up, and he's like breaking into the open. Let's go, Zachariah. Really, really cool. And
he's stupid fucking fast, people. Like, let me just put it into perspective for you. I mean, you're talking Tyreek Hill level, like, breakaway speed.
Yeah.
Way faster than what his 40 time stays out. That kid's a 4.2. It says 4.4, but he's a 4.2.
Now, and remember, so just to give the viewers a little bit of context. So I coached Zachariah and his older brother, Zion, when they were itty bitties. They were like 7 and 8. They were so small that the shirts for the camp were dresses on them. That's how small they were. So, and actually got to talk to their dad, Shohei, who's been my realtor for years. And he actually played in the NFL as well. Was a Blazer himself. 4.2, 4.3 speed himself. So they come from good stock. So I can't claim anything on the speed. That was genetics.
Oh, Josh. There's speed kills, man. Speed kills, and USC, you found yourself a good one. He made those 2 touchdowns look dummy easy, and then the most impressive thing, and I went back and I tried to find it. He did not get tackled once.
That's what you said. And
he
did
not get tackled once. Like that, you know how hard that is?
You kept saying, I mean, George, you said that at least 5 times while we were there. And he's like, he hasn't been tackled today. And like for a while, I was like, George just playing, but like,
dog, look, it's the third quarter and his jersey is pristine. Okay, it looks fresh out of the dry cleaners. All right,
not one grass stain.
Not one. Not one.
Oh my goodness. But Zachariah had the 97-yard kickoff return. He also had that big touchdown catch where he broke a couple tackles and broke free into the end zone. But not for nothing, we have to talk about Caleb Williams. He didn't do anything to hurt his Heisman case on Saturday. He, if anything, just continued to look the part, went 18 of 25 for 278 yards and 4 touchdowns. The second touchdown throw he threw, and that was going towards my side when I was sitting on in my original seats. Tick Pick, you guys are. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Wow, yeah.
We're not gonna talk about Tick Pick on air because I want them to be a sponsor, but I was very, very upset. But I mean the touchdown, that deep touchdown throw that he had was great in the first half.
Yes.
And I don't know what you could see from your vantage, but from our side, it was like, oh, he's in trouble. But he had time, and it was like, oh, that guy's wide open. And right as we said that, he let the ball go.
Yep.
And dude walked in the end zone. Like there was no one around.
I mean, fumbled snap. Caleb Williams was under a lot of duress. And I don't know it's just like week 1 type of not being able to pick up all the different types of blitzes. San Jose State's defense has always been like the better of the 2 sides for the past couple of seasons. They have a couple of kids playing in the NFL now that they lost, but they replaced them pretty well. They got pressure on Caleb Williams, and USC is like, they're that good because they got the talent, but they got a long road to me thinking they're a national championship team. Like, to me, it was like, okay, this is still way too competitive for like a game that,
it was, it was 14-14.
Yeah.
At one point, the game was tied.
It was close. It was back and forth. San Jose State kept putting up points. Their receiver Nick Nash had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
like that's a hell of a day.
Yeah, their quarterback. I didn't catch the quarterback's name. What's the quarterback?
Chevin Cordero.
Chevin. Okay, that's why I was like,
6th season in the Mountain West. He is somebody to keep your eyes on. He knows the landscape of that conference. So
Chevin is 27. He's got 2 kids in bad credit at this point. But I mean, listen, he had that one run on like 3rd and forever. It was like 3rd and 20, and he ended up getting like 28 yards in the first half. That was a huge play. He had a couple really, really good scrambles. So he definitely did show me a few things with that. Had a couple balls that he missed on. But overall, like you said, to play against a team, now granted, when I was in my seat and I was talking to some USC fans, they were telling me that the defense has been the struggle the last few years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much of that was their defense is trash or he was playing really well in some spots. But he listen, like you said, that's against the number 6 team in the country. You shouldn't be doing anything.
Yeah.
And he definitely had his moments in that game as well.
100%. So I'm looking forward to watching them play Oregon State this week. Just to give you a little perspective, the line is half of what it was versus USC, so they're giving San Jose State 2 touchdowns. They're thinking Oregon State is twice as good, USC's twice as good as Oregon State. So it should be a breeze. I don't see anybody contending with USC in the Pac-12. So. We'll see. I mean, that Utah game will be really telling. I think that's their biggest challenge.
That and they lost to Utah last year here in Vegas.
Correct.
Yeah. Now, before we get off of this game, do you think Caleb Williams will be the first player since Archie Griffin to go back-to-back Heismans? Do you think that that's in the cards for him?
I do think it's in the cards for him because that Zach Branch kid. Like, you need a 1-2 combo, and I think he found it early on there. That entire offense is predicated around how professional or pro football ready Caleb Williams is. Like, I mean, everything that man did was so natural. And I think when you have that type of synergy, Lincoln Riley just produces Heisman winners, man.
Yeah.
And I don't see it being like too far-fetched unless somebody else has like a ridiculous season. He'll be one of the 3 finalists.
Yeah. Have you seen that Johnny Manziel Untold yet?
I have.
I finally watched it yesterday. It was really good. Now, I will say they encapsulated the Browns years in like 8 minutes, and that was a bit unfortunate. But you really do forget. I thought it was really cool how they told the story of him in high school. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that coming, and I thought that was really compelling. I did not remember that he had scored 75 touchdowns in one season, which is just stupid.
I did look against easy competition, but at the same time,
Texas. It's in Texas.
I know. But I was like watching. I was like, oh, these guys look kind of. But that jump is always monumental, and he definitely did it in college.
Yeah.
Like I did not. You just don't expect it coming from a guy that kind of looks like him. That like he definitely doesn't fit the profile of run and gun type of quarterback,
breaking away from people.
But man, he's. Yeah, like his highlights, that 2-year run at Texas A&M was unlike any other.
Yeah. To start your high school career with back-to-back, touchdown runs of 80 yards.
Yes,
is incredible. That's incredible. Run it back. They call a hold on you, and the coach calls the exact same play, and you do the exact same thing.
Yep.
That I thought that was a really cool way to start the whole doc. So I was like, oh, okay, all right.
He is him.
Yeah, he definitely might be. Switching gears, I did not give this to George, but a young Mr. Austin came in and was like, yeah, you need to talk about that. That was pretty good Austin, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, seriously. Korean Zombie.
Yes, there it is. We got to talk about UFC this past weekend. Max Blessed Holloway showed just how blessed he is and baptized the Korean Zombie one final time. He actually retires after this fight. He went out on his shield just like the good Lord intended. And George has the clip, has a couple clips of it coming up, but I think it's he had an amazing career. I mean, he definitely was going for broke at the end, which you don't see a whole lot in the UFC all the time. Guys kind of are a little too measured. Like even when they know they're losing, like it's like, bro, you lost the first 2 rounds. If you're gonna win, you're gonna have to go win. Like stop setting things up. It's now time to just damn the torpedoes and let's go.
And just stand and bang. Bro.
Yeah.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. So that was cool, and it was cool. The respect and love that Max showed him. I forgot that the Korean Zombie actually had stepped away from fighting for 3 years to be in the Korean Army. I completely forgot about that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So he, I think, was 35 or 36. And so he essentially still had, that's 3 years back on his body. So he wasn't as banged up as I thought he was. But he's been in some wars, and he felt like it was time just because he couldn't get to that championship moment.
Definitely. I mean, the walkout right here after he retired, the song playing and everything. Yeah, that's the clip.
Yeah.
And the crowd singing with him.
Yeah. What a moment that is. What a moment. And had the moment, I think that's with his wife. Really, really cool, great career. He definitely has made his mark on the landscape of mixed martial arts. So definitely. Shout out to him. All right, George.
Yes,
I know we're going to be talking about NFL a lot today. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Oh my God, a lot.
I don't even want to talk about it. But
we got to get our mouthpiece ready.
Like seriously, like I don't think I said 2 words out loud this morning because I already knew I was going to have to talk too much today. So I was like, let's save it. I'm on Dick Vitale voice rest right now.
I'm on what is that? The Chris Hansen like bacon diet, so I don't pee in the later half of the day.
I'm so done.
7 hours.
We've got to move on to the NFL. The NFL season is officially upon us starting next Thursday. Let's go, just look around the league at a couple matchups and, what we can look forward to in the league, and then also just week 1. George, can the Lions shock the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs week 1 Thursday kickoff?
You guys are about to get put on notice of this Lions team, and they were there last year, man. Let's not forget they won their final game, and all they needed to do was have Aaron Rodgers, right? It was Aaron Rodgers lose versus the Seahawks, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Didn't happen, so they missed out. But there is more than just a chance, man. This is a team that is poised for a long run here. You're talking about a Super Bowl quarterback.
Yes, okay? Jared Goff.
And you're talking about a coach that, in my opinion, is the best motivator in the NFL at this moment in time.
I can definitely concur on Dan Campbell on that. For sure. And I did not peep that you had the Lions hat on today, so this is a great way to start.
I'm wearing the Honolulu blue today, my man. Wearing the Honolulu blue, and it's for a reason. I'm really beyond Cameron's family kind of indoctrinating me.
Oh, okay. So Cam's people are from
Detroit. Yeah. Her dad's from Detroit. So
okay.
I've gotten to see the good. I've gotten to see the bad, and we've never been more hopeful. I love watching the Lions play. So yeah, week 1 in Arrowhead.
Yes.
It's a tall task, but there's also no better way to make a stamp on hey, we're actually contenders this year than to beat Patrick Mahomes week 1.
Yeah, I said this actually on Veterans Minimum on Nick's show, and if this isn't their year, if this isn't the Lions' year, I don't know when it would be. They have everything that they need in place. When you look at that division, you look at the Vikings having 12 one-score games last year, going 11-1 in those 12. They were 11-0 in the regular season. The Bears, they're still the but Bears. We don't know what they can or can't be yet. And then the Packers. The Packers are a bit of a wild card because I don't think Jordan Love is going to play poorly. I think he's going to be solid. But as you said, and I'd said this before as well, they're the only team in that division with a Super Bowl quarterback. You can say what you want about Jared Goff. He's been to a Super Bowl, period. So in terms of that kind of, backing them, now they're just going to have to be the Lions that are hunted versus the Lions that are always hunting. Aaron Rodgers has gone out of that division, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, for this game, I don't think they win, but I think, to your point, if they are competitive, I don't know what the line is. I'm sure the line's probably going to be 8 or 9 or something, something ignorant. I think that the game is a 5-point game.
I think it's a 5.5 point.
Yeah, so where basically the Lions might have their chance to win at the end, but they have to go for broke, and Jared Goff either makes a mistake or they turn it over on downs. That's what I see.
6.5.
Yep, that's about right.
I agree.
Because I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be a field goal winning situation. I feel like the Chiefs are going to do enough, But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. That's the first game. Second game, can the Browns sneak a win past the Burrowless Bengals? What do you think, George?
Yes, I think the Browns are a really sneaky competitive team this year. I think that entire division is very tough. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the Ravens to me are the top of that division, but Deshaun Watson, guys, he made Houston football competitive for 5 years, and all bullshit aside, that's tough to do. Like he really, who did he really have back then? Andre Johnson?
No, he never.
No,
had Andre.
he never. He had Willie Snead.
He had Will.
He had Willie Snead.
Will Snead. He had what's the guy that's on the Cowboys now?
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks.
So listen, he was making do with what he had out there. Now, I think this is the Nick Chubb team, but I think Deshaun Watson this year, after he's not going to have that pressure of everyone's here to fucking boo the ever living shit out of me. Yeah, they pull it off. They pull it off because Nick Chubb hits them with a little 200-yard rushing game. And on a tough Bengals defense too. I'm not knocking the Bengals defense.
Yeah,
but you.
They better.
Because you are only going to get one of these shots.
Because Burrow going to be back for that next game. And so if you let the Bengals get one on you with, I don't even know who their backup is. I think it's Trevor. Is this where Trevor Siemian is? Where is we keep saying I think we've placed Trevor Siemian on like 4 different teams. Yeah, I don't know who their backup is, but it really should not matter because, like you said, Deshaun Watson, before happy ending gate, he was. It
is Trevor Siemian.
It is Trevor Siemian, actually.
Yeah, good job.
But I mean, listen, if they don't get this done, I definitely look at the Browns to have another failed season, and they're kind of stuck because where do you go from here? How do you know what I mean? Like, what are you still rebuilding? Because they have a great defense, but now Myles Garrett gets a year older. Nick Chubb, now not having Kareem Hunt to take the load away, now he gets a year older with even more touches, which isn't a good thing. So they need to be competitive this year. This is not, last year we gave it a little bit of a pass just because Deshaun Watson didn't play half the season. Jacoby Brissett was out there. Deshaun Watson came back, and you got to kind of ease him back in. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see with that one. What happens? I mean, like I said, they better get this win. All right, George, this is your matchup. Saints Titans could be a battle of the but teams. What are the keys in this one, do you think?
The keys in this one is to find Michael Thomas early, often, always. He better get 20 targets. He is back. And I think it's a let the ball fly, just the way that Derek Carr would have done with Devontae Adams this past year if the Raiders weren't so
ignorant.
Yeah, right?
That's
right?
the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, expect a world-class performance from the man that's been itching to get on the field for the last 3 years. My opinion.
Is your defense stout enough to handle that Derrick Henry pressure?
I think as long as we got our boy in the middle, and we got Cam Jordan, we have enough willpower. There's a couple.
Cam Jordan is 37 years old.
Yeah, but he's the vibe, right? We lost Mark Ingram, vibe player.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yes.
We got Cam Jordan. He's our last vibe player.
Okay.
He's our last Big Truz guy.
Yeah.
He's part of that fraternity.
Okay. I mean, to your point, Michael Thomas can't guard Mike. Has been can't get on the field, Mike, for the last 3 years. His Madden rating has gone from a 99 to an 82 star development, 84 speed. It's no one is drafting Michael Thomas in Madden. I'm gonna let you know that.
Yeah, consistently available in all the 8th rounds of the fantasy drafts I was in. That's wild, man. That's wild because he is good. He
is very good, and he definitely gives you guys that second person outside of Chris Olave. So, with Olave and then also him, now that takes the pressure off Olave to do everything. And you have Michael Thomas still able to get those possession catches underneath.
Yeah.
And start exposing the intermediate routes. Yes. Who's your tight end? I don't. Oh, Jimmy Graham, right?
We got Jimmy Graham, but it's Juwan Johnson, big stocky guy.
Is he good?
Yes. Yeah. Last year,
he's solid?
Yeah. He's pretty solid. And one of our secret receivers, he's also our kick returner, Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
Rashid Shaheed.
Okay.
It's one of the best names in the NFL.
That's a solid name.
The way I say it, Rashid Shaheed, that's how fast he is. That's how fast Rashid Shaheed is.
Okay. All right. Well, so we're taking the Saints then. You're taking the Saints?
God, yes. I mean,
where is the game? Where is the game? Do you know? I didn't even look at that. I was just writing stuff down.
You put me on the spot.
I'm sorry,
here, but
that's
is
on me.
In Mercedes. Well, the Caesars Superdome. I was about to say Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, because I think Mercedes-Benz, they were like, we're too overextended. We're gonna go with the dome in Atlanta.
Yeah,
because they were both Mercedes for a moment.
It was confusing the shit out of everyone.
It was, and they're in the same division.
Every college football bowl game that was of importance, I was like, oh, it's probably Mercedes.
Yeah, and you probably weren't wrong. You probably weren't wrong. All right, Jags Colts. Is this the future AFC rivalry to come? You know, you think about the Jags. The Jags have Trevor Lawrence, whose sunshine is finally starting to have the sunshine on the rest of this team.
Yes.
And now with the Colts restarting, getting Anthony Richardson, is this the new, I won't say Brady Manning situation, but is this kind of the new era of potential rivalries?
I think it's got to be the Colts, right? I mean, it could be the Texans in that division if they end up playing. It's the battle of which one of those rookie quarterbacks is going to get up to stardom faster. I think it comes from C.J. Stroud, but I don't know. I see what you're trying to come to, right? We need some sort of revitalization for that division because it is boring. It's been boring. Even when it's good, it's boring.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it hasn't been the same since Peyton.
Correct.
Andrew Luck had like a herpes flare-up in there once or twice. But the Jags have been trash.
And then we only get excited when Derrick Henry's running like a madman.
Yeah. That's fair. That is fair. But I'm excited to see Derrick Henry, by the way.
How excited are you for Calvin Ridley's return?
That's going to be interesting. Ridley and then Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne.
Yep.
They've got some dudes over there. And then, you go to the other side of the ball, drafting number 1 last year. We'll see. God, that child was in my fantasy. My Madden. He was on my Madden team for years.
The linebacker?
His name. Yes.
Fasalde?
No. The number 1 pick. The number 1 pick from last year. And I'm like literally staring at his face on my Madden screen, and I can't even call it up right now.
It's not Josh Allen, right?
No. He was from Georgia. He was from Georgia last year.
Bro, I'm staring at the roster right now. I don't even know.
Oh no, hold on.
I don't even hear here. I'll pull up.
Hold on. NFL draft
Jaguars?
2022.
First round draft. They do have
Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon
Walker. Listen, that's the number 1 pick. It's the number 1 pick, and he had a decent year last year. I won't say that he definitely didn't live up to number 1 status, but he showed why he was number 1, and I think that they keep building. Like their team could be dangerous, and they're young, so we'll see what happens with that.
They were very close last year to shocking the Chiefs. There was moments in that game where you're like, oh boy,
what's going on? Yeah,
are they really about to? After coming back from 31 down from the Chargers game?
Yes. Yeah, I wasn't putting anything past them at that point. At that point, I was like, yo, hold on.
Let's score fast.
Let's get these boys out of here. All right, Bears-Packers. Can one of these teams jump out fast in a division that is, like we said earlier, is definitely in flux?
This is the most exciting Bears-Packers game in the last 15 years.
Dang.
I literally, because it doesn't need superstar hype, but this is for Bears fans, like, okay, we finally got a shot, legitimately. And for Packers fans, they're like, you guys think you have a shot. So, like, to me, it's like the battle of who's going to prove themselves.
You're actually, I think about it, remember Rex Grossman, that was 2005. So that's been almost 20 years. That's been 18 years. That's been daggone near a generation. Because I even when Jay Cutler was there, they still couldn't really beat the Packers because Aaron Rodgers was there too. And then when Mitchell Trubisky was there, that was like a joke year. Like that was one of those, oh, the Bears are looking good this year. And then they went right back to earth. So, yeah, you're outside of maybe like, maybe a game had playoff implications. But like
Correct.
This game, both teams are kind of clean slated. And one team they have a quarterback that has at least played some meaningful games, really.
Yeah.
In Justin Fields. So we'll see. We'll see. That's
definitely
true.
the next chapter, probably like chapter 8 of that rivalry.
Yeah.
It starts week 1.
That's actually a good call. All right. Cardinals Commanders, week 1 of the Josh Harris tenure in DC.
It's a big one.
I guess my main things for the game really are, how does the offensive line look? How are they protecting Sam Howell? How does Sam Howell look? Let's try not to have any injuries. Let's try to because right now Terry McLaurin is hurt, which is definitely not helping my fantasy team. But I think he's going to be all right. But I think the one question I have, not necessarily if we win, because if we lose, that our season's a wrap. Like I'm already over it at that point. But if we win, do we need to win by multiple scores to kind of stamp, hey, we're going to be real? Because if we win by like 5 and it's like a slug 'em out game with again, I don't even know who their backup is. I'm definitely very nervous for the season.
I think that you need to relax, my friend. You need to sit back with the ice cold, beverage. Probably, as a matter of fact, probably an ice cold cocoa left. I'm going to be honest.
There it is.
There's nothing better in the world.
There it is.
You need to just embrace the fact that it probably will be pretty close to sold out. If I had to imagine.
Yeah, no, it was trending towards a sellout at the beginning of training camp. So that was in July. So that was before we went 3-0 in the preseason.
Yep.
That was before we beat the Ravens and ended their 20-some game preseason streak.
Mm-hmm.
It will be sold out, and there will be people in the stands in red, whether they're in Cardinal red or Redskins burgundy.
The seats are painted red,
the seats are red. Like, it'll look red.
It'll be a red outing. It always is. Always is.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, dude, I don't think this is like a worse. And even if you guys sneak this one out, squeeze it out, it's just such a monumental moment for your like franchise.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to start it off with a W. If you guys lose, like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's not
Cardinals,
good.
Super Bowl? No, I'm just kidding.
It's not.
Not happening. But the Cardinals will definitely put up a fight. Don't put it past Kyler Murray. I mean,
he's hurt. He's not playing.
He's okay. So he's hurt, and then they got Colt McCoy. I'll find out.
I don't remember.
What did Kyler Murray hurt this time?
He tore his ACL.
So he's just not. He tore his ACL last season.
Yes,
so
but it was
back.
like mid-season. Remember, it happened like week 10. So he's not back. He's not back for at least a couple more weeks.
Adrian Peterson's ruined like how fast I think.
Yeah,
ACL
like that was the worst thing that ever really could have happened to anyone else with an ACL tear.
God, how does Colt McCoy keep getting these backup roles? They also got Josh Dobbs.
That's who they just
I saw
picked
Josh
up.
Dobbs at who was it? John Jones fight.
Oh, okay.
In that little thing, I got a picture with him.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
So that is they did just pick him up, but I think it would be Colt McCoy, and that's a former Redskin. So we'll see. I mean, I guess the outside of the quarterback and how the offense plays, I have to see the defense be dominant.
Mm-hmm.
You have a quarterback, you have a situation where the other team is wounded. Too many times my team takes it easy, or I won't say takes it easy, but just doesn't play up to their full capabilities, and the game ends up being a slugfest that no one intended for it to be. If the line is 7, we got to win by 12. That's just my opinion.
You guys got one of the best D-lines in the NFL. Like, legit. Like, Chase Young, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Montez Sweat.
Phil Mathis, who was the second-round pick last year.
Man.
He didn't play last year because he got hurt. He got hurt, I think, week 1. He messed up his knee. Like, tore his meniscus or something.
Oh, Phil is his short name. It's Fidarian.
Fidarian, and I didn't want to mess that up. So I was like, but they've been calling him Phil. So
good.
Big Phil, Philly Phil. Yeah, man, we'll see. Switching gears over to the MLB, Shohei Otanhi suffered a UCL tear in his throwing arm, but he will continue to hit.
You better. Fucking.
My question is, I know that we talked about his new deal possibly approaching $1 billion. Is a team going to get cheap because of the injuries that he sustained in his throwing arm?
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely lost out on the Billy. Because in my head it was like $500 million goes to him pitching, $500 million is because he's one of the best hitters in the league.
Yeah,
boom,
that's $1 billion. Yeah,
I've heard that he could come back as a closer. Like I've heard this like rumored that
this year.
No. I'm just saying like for his future career, maybe not a starter, but can you imagine him hitting 2 home runs in a game and then coming in to close? Like that's dangerous.
That's interesting. That would mess the money up though if they started saying, "Hey, look, maybe we scale you back to the bullpen." So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think he probably messes around and gets $750 million. That's my thought.
Do you cheap out as a player and just say like I just want like a 1-year deal, so to speak, and say like I don't want the longevity because I know if I put up a season showing that I can pitch, like then I'm gonna get my $1 billion contract. I don't know.
For me, no, not in baseball. Not in baseball.
Because it's automatically guaranteed.
Yeah, because it's guaranteed money. So the second I sign it, you got to pay it. Ask Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
like
Mookie Betts got the same thing too, by the way.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So like that extra $250 million, it ain't worth it. I'll get that back.
Yeah, because at what point is it like, dude, this is funny money for you anyways? Like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
1,000%. Brewers Cubs starts tonight, 5 p.m. West Coast time. I think that's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is my Cubs' chance to really make this whole comeback a thing, a real thing. We've come all the way back. We're now the wild card team. We're one of those wild card teams. But this is for the division. Right now, the Brewers have us by 4 games. The Brewers have been hot, of course. The moment that we get hot, the Brewers started taking it serious too. If the Cubs can win another series, if they can win 2 out of these 3, I think we're going to mess around and run them down. I want us to sweep them, but it starts with just getting the win tonight. We win tonight. That at least gets us started. Also, Noah Syndergaard was designated for assignment yesterday from the Guardians, and I'm praying that the Cubs take a look. I've wanted him since he was on the Mets and always wanted out, and the Mets were always talking about trading him. I know he's not Thor from way back in the day. He's not cracking 100 miles an hour anymore. But my starting rotation is trash, and we need help. So go get the man with the hair. That's just my thought.
Do it. Yeah, you guys have the chance to snap an 8-game winning streak that the Brewers got going into this.
Is that what they're on right now?
They're on an 8-game winning streak, my man.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, that's the reason why we haven't made any headway, because we've been winning.
Yeah.
Like I want to say we're probably still like 20-something out of our last like 25, or we've had a very, very good run of play. But
last time you're playing the Brewers too this season, right?
No, we have one more series. They're the last series of the season.
Holy shit! That's
only a 2-game though. It's only a 2-gamer.
We're talking fireworks for that 2-gamer. If it comes down to it, man.
So we gotta definitely make some things happen. The Braves, Orioles, and Dodgers are the 3 best teams in baseball right now. Only the Orioles are really being pushed currently, with the Rays only 2 games back. The other 2 teams, the Dodgers and the Braves, are 10+ games ahead of the second place team. Do you see any of these teams actually making a pennant run in the end?
I'm Josh. I'm sorry. Okay, I've been talking all year about this Rangers bet. They're 1-9 in their last 10. I'm sorry.
The Rangers are?
The Rangers are, man. Like all season you said, you have the Rangers, top teams in baseball right now. And then you just listed 3 teams and you didn't say the Rangers. And I was like, wait a second. What am I missing here?
Where are the Rangers right now? Where are they in their
73
division?
and 57. They're 1 game behind the Mariners, which is like,
oh, okay.
Damn it.
All right, pull up the wild card.
Okay, you're right.
Pull up the wild card.
I know they're probably in the wild card race. Oh,
okay.
Shit.
No, they're there. They're the number 2.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
three make
the top three are wild cards. So they more than like they're not going to be the number 1 wild card. So their best bet is to walk the Mariners down. And if they're only a game behind the Mariners, you're still good. You're still good. Your bet still is in capable hands, sir.
So you said the Dodgers, the Orioles. The Orioles just had somebody get hurt, right? They had
yes.
They had a big injury.
Yes, they did. I want to say they had a pitcher get hurt.
I will find this out. Injuries.
Yeah.
John Means.
Okay.
I think it was John Means.
I'm horrible. I literally barely cover my team at this point.
Well, no, you know that they're like capable of having fireworks at the end of the season. That's pretty exciting. Like, God, how long is baseball, man? I mean, like literally August just finished. I'm just like, God, these guys still have a month left.
They still have a month and some change because it goes into October.
That shit's ridiculous.
They play like
y'all killing me with it.
I will say it really does put in perspective how dope Cal Ripken's run was and how that will never ever be broken now. No, consecutive games played. He played like 15 years in a row. Never missed a game.
That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. It like when we pull back saying, okay, this is how many games there are in a season. It's 162 games in a season, in a baseball season. So he played how many years to get to 2,000 plus straight games without missing a game? Yeah. And now dudes miss games like, left-handed pitching. I might come off the bench. Like he started that many straight games. It's really mind-boggling when you really start to break it down in today's context.
Dude.
When everyone's always like, oh, they played too many games. Oh, you need rest. Dude didn't rest for like 15 years.
When baseball players say they need rest, it's literally the funniest thing I've ever heard. Your entire sport is resting, okay? If you're out of breath playing baseball, you're playing too hard.
Or your pitcher needs to stop getting the ball hit towards you. Like, hey, bro, like I'm tired. I need a break.
Come on, man. There was 2 foul balls that way, and then I had to go pick up a ground ball this way. It's pitch better. Pitch better, man. I'm huffing and puffing.
Do you really? So okay. So do you think that baseball is the easiest sport to play?
On the body, yes. Yeah.
I think
on the body, like without a doubt. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
that's interesting. That's interesting. Like now, baseball isn't technically a contact sport. There is contact that is involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's because basketball is a contact sport. Soccer obviously is a contact sport. Football is a collision sport. It's different.
True.
Hockey obviously also is a collision sport. Baseball out of those 4 is obviously the least amount of contact, but the injuries are still there. You know what I mean? You're running because whenever you're running in baseball, you're never jogging in baseball. Everything is full tilt.
Yeah.
So for that aspect, you are actually still pushing your body. And then that many games in a row, like constantly the days of games, and then your games are hours long. So you got to be locked in and engaged for 4 hours.
Correct.
I think that mental side of it would tear me up too, though, because it's like, I got to play again tomorrow. Like, I don't feel like playing. We got a game tomorrow. We got a game tomorrow after that. We got a game that tomorrow too.
And then you think about the people that play AAA and single A baseball.
Yes.
And then you're like,
buses.
I watched the Birmingham Biscuits, the Montgomery Biscuits. And I was like, man, these guys are about to go stay at a shitty hotel and then take a bus ride 8 hours the other direction and play another, 5-game series.
Yep. Yeah. It's different. I think every sport probably, I'd say the only sport the easiest sport we can all say is golf.
See, that's the closest comparison, but I just think you're twerking your body so goddamn hard, like 200 times a day. and then the mental dial in for that.
Yeah. Again, 4 or 5 hours locked
Correct.
in. You can't take a hole off. Like, oh, there's an easy hole, and that's where you drop a double bogey.
Like, folks, when you hit a golf ball hard and you're like, I'm really going to hit this hard, and then it ends up shanking because you suck at golf, like that feeling of hitting it hard and like how your body's like, wow, I went through a very vicious action there.
Yeah.
And then they pipe it like 400 or like, 350,
350, yeah.
down the center, that is at least 12 times around vicious swings.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You're going full tilt at least 10 times around.
Yeah.
Like everything you got.
And then I compare that to golf and I'm like, or I compare that to baseball and I'm like, you get about 10 really hard cuts. Like you obviously have batting practice, but they have driving range practice.
Yeah.
They're very similar. They're very similar.
It's interesting when you start, this is what the American fan's all about. When you really start to look at each individual sport and what makes that sport great. It's hard to really start to say, well, this is better than that, because it's like, no, like there's still like, there's levels to every sport.
Yep.
And understanding them. A lot of times people say, well, I'm athletic, I can do whatever. And it's like, you might be athletic, but there's going to be some things that you suck at.
100%.
Period. All right, George, we're going to end out on the Women's World Cup. We didn't talk about this last week, but Spain wins. I don't know if this was their first World Cup. I need to actually look into that. But Spain won the World Cup, but it didn't end there. Unfortunately, Luis Rubiales, in the emotion of the win, kissed Miss Jenny Hermoso on the mouth. Now I know in in these other countries, especially European countries, there's the you kiss on both sides and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, he like kissed her dead center mouth and paused. And it's gotten completely crazy. The Spanish women have boycotted and until he was suspended, because like he was supposed to be suspended, and then the federation said that they weren't going to suspend him, and so they did finally suspend him. He comes out with a statement saying the kiss was consensual. Here they are. Here he is. This is him doing all the hugs and the embraces. And where's
this one's the kiss one?
No, it's not that one. It's not that one. I don't think so. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna grab your head and bring you in tight. Like, yeah. And so Jenny came out with, so this is after him saying that it was consensual, and anything to the contrary, he's like, these people are crazy. Like, it wasn't a big deal, right? He was trying to, do the brush off. And so Hermoso came out and said, this is what she said, the following: I want to make clear that at no time did I consent to the kiss he gave me, and in no way did I seek to encourage this precedent. I do not tolerate my word being called into question, and much less for them to invent words that I did not say. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but it doesn't end there, George.
Go into it.
This morning, the mother of Luis Rubiales has now entered a hunger strike for the witch hunt against her son. That was on ESPN.
What?
Yeah. I was like, when I was doing the show flow, that was the first thing that I saw on ESPN today, and I was like, well, Women's World Cup got to be in there. I was like, I did need to say something about it, but yeah. She's on a hunger strike.
She's on some Gandhi type stuff. I ain't eating. All right, this is unmoral for my boy.
I haven't heard of a hunger strike literally since Gandhi.
Since prison.
Prison.
I'm not eating this shit. And then the prisoners are all like starving. And like, that's the last time I'm not eating what?
So my only thing is this, and we can end it here. If this is me, and I know I did some just low down stuff, and now my mom is getting involved, I have to take a stand and be a man and say, look, listen, yes, I made a mistake. I resign. I step down, whatever, because I'm not going to have my mom passing out because she feels as if someone's picking on her son, and they're not picking on me. I made the mistake.
Yeah. he needs to fucking rub one out before the next Spain game. I mean, that dude looks like he's been bottling it up for weeks. Like he was on. So if his mom's gonna do a 100 strike, he was on a no nut until we win the World Cup strike. He fucking. There is cum coming out of his eyes.
No nut till the cup. No nut till the cup is what he was on. Oh my God, I'm so done. That is the way we end today's show. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in to another episode of the American Fan 365. We did this today live on Facebook, and next week we're going to start going live on Instagram as well. So please make sure you like, share, subscribe, push it to your people. Definitely, we want to keep growing the following and the subscriber base. And yeah, that's it. Shout out to our sponsor, Coco Love, for the beverages. I need to get some more so I can drink these on air. These are our props, so I can't drink the prop. But
got to get it.
We will take care of this, George.
I saw a Coco Love car on the way to work today.
There it is.
Crazy.
There it is. Coco Love. They're everywhere. Go pick up some Coco Love. Make sure you click TAF365 as the coupon code for your discount. And we'll see you guys next time.